Let's talk about it. So, ovarian cysts are fluid-filled sacs that form on or inside of the ovaries. Most are actually functional cysts, which means that they are a natural part of the menstrual cycle process, especially during ovulation. There are two main types of functional cysts, follicular and corpus luteum. Follicular cysts are when the follicle, which houses the egg, doesn't release the egg and the follicle just continues to grow. Corpus luteum cysts are when the follicle does release the egg, but the leftover tissue doesn't dissolve and actually fills with fluid. These two types of cysts normally resolve on their own unless hormonal imbalances, stress, inflammation, or long-term suppression of ovulation, like with hormonal birth control, disrupt that process. Hormonal birth control prevents ovulation, which means that your body is not going through its own natural rhythm or process throughout the menstrual cycle, because it shuts down the menstrual cycle as a whole. And when you come off of birth control, your body actually has to relearn how to ovulate. Your hormones, estrogen and progesterone, can sometimes be out of balance after getting off of birth control as well, and your body can produce irregular or incomplete ovulations, which can lead to ovarian cysts. My favorite tips for healing ovarian cysts naturally would be womb massage with a mugwort oil, yoni steaming, castor oil packs, and aligning your life with your menstrual cycle. Now, before you scroll away, let's break down why. Womb massage, yoni steaming, and castor oil packs all help with circulation to the uterus, which can help with lymphatic drainage and move out stagnation, because poor lymphatic drainage and poor circulation can lead to stagnation in the womb. The womb is also where we hold all of our trauma, grief, feelings as women. And so by consciously putting our attention there and moving that energy, we can actually help the cyst to reabsorb. Womb massage, yoni steaming, and castor oil packs also help to reduce adhesions and congestion in the womb, like scar tissue and cyst. Regaining your menstrual cycle is not as difficult as it might seem. The lunar cycle is actually completely aligned with our menstrual cycle. So if you are not having a menstrual cycle, maybe because you've been on birth control, or you're having irregular cycles, or your cycles just feel off, maybe due to hormonal imbalance, or whatever the case may be, you can actually align your body with the lunar cycle to regain your menstrual cycle. Now, what do I mean by this? There are 4 phases of the menstrual cycle, and there are 4 distinct phases of the lunar cycle. The new moon correlates to our menstrual phase. The first quarter moon correlates to our follicular phase. The full moon correlates to ovulation, and the last quarter moon correlates to our luteal phase. By going outside every night to look at the moon from the new moon until the end of the lunar cycle can actually help you regain a regular menstrual cycle, because you're looking at the light of the moon. You're attuning your body to the energy of the lunar cycle. 3:33 on the timer. I've literally seen 111, 123, 222 as I've been doing this video, so love that. Cycle syncing, or aligning your life with your menstrual cycle, is really just being consciously aware and tuned into where you are in the cycle, and aligning the way that you eat, the way that you move your body, and your levels of productivity to the hormonal fluctuations of your menstrual cycle. So with the new moon and your menstrual phase, resting, warm, nourishing foods, yin yoga, stretching, walking. The first quarter moon and your follicular phase, springtime, salads, fasting, cardio, planning, creativity, starting new things, ovulation. And the full moon, this is the time for expression, social butterfly energy. Running, jogging, higher intensity workouts are good at this time, but also be mindful, because you're also more prone to pulling a muscle around ovulation. And this is the time to execute on your plans. Whatever you planned in your follicular phase, now's the time to take action on it. This is the peak of your cycle, the peak of the lunar cycle, and the peak of your energy. Think summertime. So like salads, smoothies. You know the vibes. The last quarter moon and the luteal phase are a time of reflection. This is when we start to wind down, slow down, and turn more inward. This is the PMS phase, but only because this is the phase that does not allow us to lie to ourselves. And when we try to overextend ourselves in this phase by not getting enough rest or not eating enough, because this is the phase where you actually need 247 more calories than at any other part in your cycle. You need protein in this phase. Your blood sugar needs extra help in this phase. And if we're not aligning and attuning to that, then that's where PMS, PMDD, and all of the not fun, frustrating, irritating, annoying emotions can start to come back up. Also, your inner critic is the loudest at this phase. This is the burn it all to the ground phase, as I like to call it. 5:55 on the timer. The luteal phase is the phase that I have deleted TikTok accounts with over 30K followers simply because I was feeling overwhelmed. And here we are, starting over. The luteal phase is the phase where we want to focus on strength training, strengthening our muscles. Think resistance bands, weightlifting, doesn't have to be anything super intense. Keep it light, but make it strong. Some bonus points to help with regaining your menstrual cycle would be seed cycling. Seed cycling with the lunar cycle, especially if you don't have a cycle or if you're currently on birth control. In the first half of your cycle, flax and pumpkin seeds, and the second half of your cycle, sesame and sunflower seeds. If your cycle doesn't align to the lunar cycle perfectly, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just the energy of the cycle. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope this helps. Follow for more.